Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Pastor Nganga is among the few pastors who supported Gen Zs in their protest. He encouraged them and even threatened to join the youth in their protest. Some pastors could not do that, but for him, he went to an extent of threatening to join them. He encouraged them to continue, and his warnings were very clear to the administration. He's a man who never kept quiet. He's a man who directly, warned those in authority. He even went to an extent of comparing William Ruto to Uhuru Kenyatta. Akasema heri Uhuru mara 100. That means William Ruto is the worst. So when he heard of the news that people like Kipchumba Murkomen, CS for Transport, has been fired, Pst Nganga came out to celebrate. And this time he decided that he will address the nation in English, but not Swahili. It shows really how the pastor hated Kipchumba Murkomen with passion. But the question is, why?
For those who don't understand English, please switch off your television and find where you can get Swahili. Today I want to speak with English because my friend, Minister of Barabara, you have gone home. Stupid. Go. I told you, you face the consequence. Even I'm coming after you. I swear before God, I will challenge you until even in your grave, you will tell people that there is God in heaven. There is kila mtu atambia. Thank you very much, Your Excellency, for kicking these people out. I don't know kwa nini hukufukuza ule alisema tunatumia simu ya nini. Sijui kama ameda. Ameda? Oh, ni mbunge huyo. Oh, nilifikiri ni minister, ageenda tuka. Kama ni mbunge ule wachana naye. Bunge na wachana na mbunge tu. Tulikuwa nataka hawa kubwa. Tumegonga wangapi? Tumegonga gapi? Wote. Hata Kidiki. Leo rais nikekupata kwa kioski nikekununulia chai. Sasa ni vile siwezi kukupata nikekununulia chai. Kick them out. You remember I said from day one, in this government there are some people who are
Now, we are continuing this particular discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching, and you not subscribe, please consider subscribing. To our return subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, Pastor Nganga is referring to Kipchumba Murkomen as stupid. Those are not my words. That is what exactly the pastor described Kipchumba Murkomen. When people hate you with passion, please just repent and you'll be forgiven. Kipchumba Murkomen must repent by returning what he took from the public, if there is any. Besides that, he should not be anywhere near power, because he has proved to be the most incompetent. Because then the question is, why is Nganga hating Kipchumba Murkomen with passion? To an extent, he celebrates his fall. Now, the truth is that the Nana Evangelist church building has been targeted. There was a plan to bring down that church. And the claim is that the land belonged to the Kenya Railway. So, Kipchumba Murkomen, being in charge of road and transport infrastructure, he was the man behind this pushing to reclaim the Nano Evangelist plot, where actually Pastor Nganga's church is standing on. So Nganga was not happy with this government. That how do you just come and claim this property when the land was belonging to the CBK, Central Bank of Kenya. Central Bank of Kenya is a government institution. So serikali iliuzia Pst Nganga shamba because there was a bank and it was bankrupt. So when you go that direction, you know, normally the central bank normally comes in to try and compensate the people who maybe are customers there, but then your properties are always transferred to the CBK. So CBK transferred the property to them. They owned the property, then they sold it to Pst Nganga. If the government was the one selling the property to Pst Nganga, how then can the same government come and claim that property? Unless if they were providing another place for Pst Nganga, if they want to reclaim that property, but that place should be at the same value of the property where the Neno Evangelist building is sitting on. The value of that land is very high because it is in the CBD. It's very expensive. But it seems that these individuals had got an opportunity to go and grab this property from the church. That is where hatred by Pst Nganga to this administration and to Kipchumba Murkomen is coming from. So we see individuals who have appetite to take what is not even belonging to them. Shamba kutoka kwa serikali mpaka kwa private, then you are bringing it back. Unaipeleka wapi? It means even you will be the next person or your friend or a close ally who will be the next owner of that property. So there was greediness in their face. When you see them, you see land grabbers. Because of that, Nganga is there to celebrate. That finally, some of the individuals who were planning to grab a property that belongs to the church, they have been fired. And that's where even his threat was originating from. That aliwaambia nitawafanyia kitu in terms of nitaomba hata mtaanguka na hizi mandege. That is what the pastor said. And if there was any protest for Nganga to join, the reason behind that, it's all about the frustration to grab a property belonging to the church. Hii yake si kama ile ya yule senator aspirant Bishop Margaret Wanjiru. Ya Margaret Wanjiru ni tofauti, huyu alinunua kwa serikali. And when there was such kind of an attempt, Uhuru came in. And when he discovered how the transactions happened, he stopped. The pastor has genuine papers. So these individuals came here even to frustrate the church. In as much they claim that they were elected. This government came on power on basis of being the candidate of the church. But now they become the tormentors of the church. They frustrate the church. That's why now we have people who are now smiling this time. We know they might not go home completely. Some will be given different ministries, not necessarily where they have been serving, but some will be forced to go. Especially at this time when we know the youth are so angry with the incompetence of these leaders. Some, if you bring them back, it's like returning the youth back to the street. So lazima watachaguliwa very careful. And I'm sure haitakuwa kwa haraka kuchagua hawa jamaa. It will take time that the temperature has been cooled, that youth are back, busy on other activities. Then that is the time Ruto is going to appoint the new cabinet. Kwa saizi hawezi. Hawa anajua akirudisha mtu kama Kipchumba Murkomen, ile kelele itapigwa kwa street. So anarudisha kwa saizi sababu anajua ya kwamba he has PSS. And you know PSS are the ones who are in charge of those ministries. They are the engine. Then you have Musalia Mudavadi there, who normally chair the PS meetings. So you know that he can run hata kama ni mwezi mbili bila hawa jamaa, because he has PSs. Then he has the prime CS. Watachapa kazi huko wakijipanga. So atachukua muda labda wiki 2, 3, 4 hivi. But the fact is that these people were so much incompetent. And the problem was that they were looking for every opportunity to grab, including what belongs to Kenyans. When you see them wearing expensive watch, talking about the 70,000 sneakers, talking about 30,000 suit, talking about 20,000 tie, talking about the expensive belt, now you know how they acquired this. So, when you see even pastors celebrating the fall of such individuals, just know these were the worst people ever. Sababu si rahisi tu, hata kama ufurahi utakuja kusema tu, lakini Nganga is here celebrating. He was a victim of this administration. Sasa hapo ndio watu wamefika. Yaani watu walikuwa wamechoka na hii serikali ya Mheshimiwa Ruto kabisa. Hawakuitaka, hawakuipenda. And we can see how they are expressing their feeling when they hear of the news that finally these individuals have been fired. I don't know if you let us put in the comment section to continue with this discussion. Thank you so much and see you in our next video.